Hello guys and welcome back to the garage. In the previous episodes we installed a disc brake on the bike and a BGM shock absorber. Today we are going to remove the engine again, because I'm going to do some upgrades on the engine, which will be easier with the engine out. So that's the first thing we're going to do today. I'm not going in on the details on how to remove the engine, because you've seen this before, and if you haven't seen it before, I got other videos about that, so you can watch them. So let's pop this one out. You might think that taking the engine out is a big job, but once you've done this a couple of times, it only takes about 20 minutes or so to remove the whole engine. I'm removing the wheel from the engine because it will be easier to have it on the bench then. And also I'm going to remove the clutch, and that's also a reason why I'm removing the wheel. While I'm at it, I'm going to remove the exhaust. This is the zip rod 2. I'm going to change this to another exhaust, so you'll see later on which exhaust I have chosen for the bike. That's it. So before I do any work on this, I'm going to clean it all up and then we'll continue. Okay, that's a lot better. The first thing we're going to do is to remove the lid for the clutch here, and then we're going to change the clutch. And why am I going to do that again? Because this will be the second time I change the clutch. Well, I'm going to tell you. So when I bought the tuning kit for the bike, there was you got some clutch plates and other springs for the original clutch, but that didn't work because my clutch basket was worn out and the clutch got stuck sometimes. So then I bought a Kosa clutch, reinforced Kosa clutch, and that has worked really good, so no issue with that one. But I also changed the primary drive to a Polini one, a 64 tooth instead of the original 65. So I had a 23 tooth cog on the clutch and a 64 on the primary. And also shortened the fourth gear, so the gearing is really good, and you don't have this gap no longer between the third and the fourth. But I want to see if I can get some more speed out of it, and so I want a 24-64 tooth gearing. And since I have the 64 tooth Polini straight cut in the engine, I can't find any clutch cog that's 24 tooth with straight cut fitting to a 64 tooth primary. That's why I'm going to change this brand new clutch to a new one. So what I bought instead is this Polini clutch, and this is way too advanced for my engine really. This is, this is a race performance which I don't need for my engine. But the only reason I bought this is because I don't want to split the engine. And change the primary, since I can't find any 24 straight cut fitting to this 64. So this expensive performance clutch has the part number P23000530. Looking in the box, it looks like this. We got a set of different discs. We have the clutch basket and so on here. Some bearings, some other things. Hopefully a manual, because I need to read on how to set this up. So that's what I'm going to do now. So the first thing they want me to do is to remove this edge here. in the lid for the clutch, as you can see here. So you want a 120 millimeters free surface space in here. And then in the engine, they want on the 125 and 150 PX models, they want you to remove this part. That will be this one, but not on the 200. The edge here is removed. Here we have a list of how you should set the clutch up. In the package you get a soft spring, and you can order a hard spring if you're going for the race type of clutch. But I will have this one you see here for Vespa PX with 210 and 220 cc kit. So I will have one soft spring plus two washers, so to speak. So underneath here, here's the spring, and here in this one we have two of these distances, 0.5 millimeters each, so I should use both of them. My clutch discs are soaking here in oil. Now I can start to assemble this. And here you get a picture of how we should assemble the clutch when you're choosing the distances and the spring. It's just to put everything together. And then we have to modify then we have to modify this to another breathing method, because normally in this engine you have 250 milliliters of oil. This will no longer be enough according to Polini. It says here, normally in the PX engine crankcase the lubrication is given by 250 grams of oil. As engine power and temperatures increases, this quantity no longer guarantees optimal lubrication of all the internal elements. The adequate lubrication of the clutch and of all other internal components is achieved with at least 450 to 500 grams of oil. So that means twice as much as the original. Attention, this quantity of oil cannot be used without first modifying the breather located on the clutch cover. The clutch kit contains the material necessary to modify the engine vent to avoid dangerous leaks. If you fill the engine up with that much oil, it can push it out through the breather here. So that's why they have this kit here and this hose. So you will put the breather up here. It will sit here with the hose up here. We're doing everything according to the picture. And then the spring should be first, and then these two. And we have this one. I should take my plates here and my clutch discs and put them in the right order. And then we can put this on the top. $10 millimeters of torque to tighten these ones, it says. Now this can go in the engine, and if you have an engine with a lot of torque, you should use another Woodruff key from Polini. But I mean, this is not a high torque engine in any way, so that should not be necessary, I think. The nut goes in place here now, and this should be tightened with 100 Newton meters. That will be fun. Now the clutch is installed, and we're going to put in this washer here, then this needle bearing, then we have another washer, and then we have this one, and then we have a locking clip goes in here. Now I'm going to put the lid back into place, and then I need to turn the engine to make sure that the clutch doesn't rub against the lid here anywhere, but shouldn't do that because I removed the part sticking out, so hopefully that should be okay. And then I'm going to remove this and put this into place instead, and then it's just a hose with a breather. So here we have the breather installed. Yeah, that's it. It's installed. It was not a big deal, I must say.